When?
Hey, everybody. We are so excited to come to you tonight with some super exciting news on I think it may be the hidden gem of Plexus. Okay. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Yet another perk that our amazing company gives us for free. What? Okay. Tonight we are going to talk to you about the Silver Star Trip. Okay. Maybe y'all read your emails, maybe you don't, but every month we get an email of 3 people that win this Silver Star Trip. Okay. Well, tonight we're going to tell you what it is, how you earn it, and why you want to be there. Okay. And so I want you guys to know we are such a privileged team. We have 8 people on our team that has won this trip out of 400,000 people, okay? Not to toot our own horns, but toot toot. Okay, but what does that mean for you? It means that you guys have some really great resources to help you be the next winner of the Silver Star Trip. All right, first up, we're going to have Morgan Adams, and she's going to tell you what is that trip. Morgan, tell us, what is the Silver Star Trip?
Okay, well, if you're out there and you happen to like luxury vacations, then you're in the right place. I mean, you're just in the right place in general with Plexus because they never do anything halfway. The Silver Star Trip is absolutely no different. So this is a very exclusive luxury vacation that you and a guest get to go on. So 3 people each month, like Timmy said, win this trip. So that's 36 people a year that they just shovel off into just vacation heaven, okay? And you go to an Omni Resort and Spa. I'm not going to butcher the name of it. Super fancy. I mean, it's as incredible as they come. Just to give you a hint of how awesome it is. So as Timmy was getting there, guess who was leaving the resort? Timmy, tell him.
You might have heard of them. It's somebody I like to call Beyonce and Jay-Z. Y'all heard of them? Yeah, they moved out. The Yanceys moved right on in.
That's right. So, I mean, if it's good enough for Beyonce and Timmy, then obviously it is good enough for the rest of us. But, y'all, it is amazing. So, if you want to be wined and dined for, I think it's 3 or 4 days. You can stay extra if you want. You're in the right place. It's incredible. It's private tours through corporate where, I mean, people, it's not just like you show up and people go, oh, wow, an ambassador is here. They are expecting you. They have gifts for you. They're all about meeting you. You get this private tour all around corporate. It's so fun, just like, you know, insider knowledge about the company. Then you have a private dinner with Alec or Tarl. And, I mean, literally sitting across from them, talking to them like they're your Uncle Joe. I mean, it's just such an awesome experience. It's such a personal trip. Like I said, they're excited for you to be there. And I mean, it is top notch. And it's in Phoenix, Arizona. Incredible. The weather's always awesome there with the beautiful mountains in the back. It is heaven on earth. And yeah, y'all can win it. It's incredible.
I have to add something here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I totally forgot this, but when we were on the Silver Star Trip, Tarl said nobody has ever won the Silver Star Trip and not quickly promoted to Emerald after.
Yep.
Who here can attest to that and say that was true?
Told us that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
Alex
true.
told me that on the trip. So absolutely. And it happened. So how cool is that? Morgan, did you have anything else before I went?
No, I was just about to pass it off to you and Jenny to tell all these lovely people out there how in the world they can even win this, okay? Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to get down to the business. They told you guys all the fun, so Jenny and I get to tell you guys the business, so how you're going to get there. The main thing is, I don't know if Morgan already said this, but you have to have the most silvers of anybody in that month. So that means people underneath you going silver. So the biggest thing is for all of us, we kind of looked at our downlines, tried to figure out where we ended the month prior, and how many people we had, what potential we had to get us there and to get us to have the most silvers of anybody in that month. So the thing that all of us did as well is we partnered up. We partnered up with one of our level ones that had the potential, and we set a goal and we decided that that's what we wanted to do. That's what we wanted to win. And I have to agree with Timmy when she said this is the hidden gem, because, you know, honestly, I didn't really even know what I was getting myself into with this trip. But 100% hands down, I know why you go to Emerald quickly after it, because you see what a company we have. You get to go to corporate and you get to see what we have, which is just amazing, and it's eye-opening. So everybody, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I wish I had, because I would have pushed for it like even before I got it. But just partner up and talk to your teams about trying to go for it. That's the biggest thing. So grab arms with somebody, partner up with them, and then Jenny's going to tell you kind of some details that you can do to kind of create some momentum around this with your team.
Okay, so it's very important that you know that you have got to have the most silvers that month. They take 3 people each month out of the whole company. So the 3 people that have the most people go silver in that month in their levels 1 through 4. So at the beginning of the month, what you want to do if you're trying to go for this, you want to look and see if you're primed and ready. If you have a lot of new people on your team or people that already have 1 or 2 ambassadors and can pretty easily go silver. So those are the people that you want to focus on. So a few of the things that we did the month that we won the Silver Star trip, I teamed up with someone in my downline, Allison Paris. She won the trip as well. And so we decided right up front that we were going to do this together, and that if I was the only one that won it, then I would take her as my guest. And if we both won it, then we would both get to take a guest, okay? So we focused that whole month on going silver. We did trainings. We told people why. We gave them so much information about what silver would look like for them, how that would affect them, how that would boost their income. And we really, really gave them a lot of tools. We also did a lot of 3-way calls, a lot of Zoom meetings, and made sure that we were there for them every step of the way to help them go silver. We made a conscious effort to fill our calendar. We did sip and sees, and we did anything that we could do to help prospects get off the fence and to really just bring in this influx of new people and excitement. So speaking of excitement, I think that's a big reason why we had so many people go silver. I had 22 and Allison had 14 the month that we won it. And one of the things that we did was we made a huge deal out of going silver. So we had posts on our team page and we had messages where we would rally people to silver, and we would say, okay, how many do you have left? You know, what are we going to do? Who are your prospects? How are we going to get them on board? You know, what is it that you need? We made graphics. And every time that someone went silver, we added their name to that graphic and we posted it again. And we made sure that everyone knew that it was such a big deal to go silver. The other thing that I would suggest to you is just to have fun with it. You know, this is, if you are primed and ready to qualify for that Silver Star trip, that means that things are going pretty well in your business and you've got a lot ahead of you. So I encourage you to focus on the power of 3. Make sure that you're helping your teammates in every way that you can. So Christy, what do you have to add?
So I have to add that one thing I love about this trip is that it is for our lower level ambassadors, okay? And maybe somebody else touched on that, but I really love that because you have to be entering the month as a Ruby or below to win. When I won it, I actually won the trip and went senior Ruby in the same month. But once you go senior Ruby, you cannot win the trip. And so I love something that are people that are working up the ranks, that are just building their teams. Like this is for them. And so my favorite thing out of everything on the trip, yes, the resort was awesome. The views were awesome. Our, time at corporate was amazing. They give you fun money to spend while you're there. All that was awesome. But our 4-hour dinner with Alec Clark, he won my heart over. Like I say all the time, like I have a crush on Alec Clark. Like He is so, I mean, and I would tell him that, like, he is so genuine. He's so humble. His integrity is so high. And so I left that meeting and he had won me over even that much more. And I know that at that dinner, he won Jake Yancey over too, because you just, I mean, he was a real person. And, I mean, he gave us his whole background, told us about the future for the company, what they were looking like, and he made you feel like you had known him for forever. Just like somebody said, you feel like you're sitting at a table with your uncle. And so that was my biggest takeaway and what really opened my eyes, because I was like, you know what? These people care about us. They have the right intentions. They've got good backgrounds. They're good people. And it just lets you see like this big picture of corporate. And so it's like maybe Megan said it about them saying like the people that go to corporate, like they don't, like they're usually rank up to Emerald really fast. And she's like, yeah, they do, because they see, like they go there and you're like, oh my gosh, like I just thought I knew what I was into, and this place, like this company is awesome. But you go there and your mind is just like blown about how awesome it is. So that would be my favorite thing from it. And I mean, I'm just gonna like reiterate, like everything Jenny told you that they did, everything Megan said that they did to win it, that's what we've all done to do it. It's really just focusing on that power of three and helping your teammates get silver. Some people, you've got to hold their hand a little longer. You've got to show them what to do. But if you're helping your team, then it's going to benefit you while it's benefiting them.
Mm-hmm. And to add to that, I mean, look at this incentive that they're doing. Like for this month is going to be so insane for this trip, because like all these people, not only are they going to go silver and get $100, they're going to get $200. So like they have way more incentive to go silver. So it's going to them, and we talk a lot about giving them an A+B=C plan. You know, this is how we're going to get you silver, you know, and really walk hand in hand with them, because this month is it's set up for this. Like you can do this month. So I just want to add that because I was just thinking.
Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, so what my favorite part was about the trip, gosh, Christy took a lot of them from me, but I was on the trip with Christy. So I will say, for me, the trip, well, first of all, Arizona is amazing too, but for me, the trip, it legitimized the company, you guys. Like up until that point, I'm a blue. So I was in it for the fun. I was just having fun, getting my friends on board with me. We were having fun and getting skinny and feeling good. And then I went on this trip. And if you want to talk about a skeptical husband, I had a skeptical husband until this trip. This is a true story. Jake Yancey was faking phone calls, lagging behind me and Christy. Well, first of all, I didn't even invite Jake. Christy and I went together, and he got his feelings hurt and was like, why don't I get to go? True story. So he paid for himself to go uninvited. And I'm sitting there going, great, my skeptical husband's going. Woo! He faked phone calls, lingered back behind the tour of the company, and was sweeping through the rooms, through compliance, through the back offices. He was sure he was going to find a kid counting pills in a closet somewhere. Okay? But what I want to say is, not only did this trip legitimize the company for me, it solidified Jake's belief in the company, and that is when his business took off. So if you have a skeptical husband, let them go. Let them pay for their own way. Tell them to come on, okay? Because that is what changed it for us. We got to meet the people. You know, we get emails from the events team. You get emails from Chris Pike. And it's like they're these make-believe people that you have no idea who they are. You go on these trips and you say, oh, well, you're the person that emails and works so hard and replies to all the events every time, you know, I'm like, what's my Leaders Retreat credit? Where's my room? How do I register? And you're talking to all these like fantasy people. You get to meet these people on the trip. You get to see them shipping the products and how hard they work. You get to see the compliance office where they are not necessarily loving their job, but they're keeping us safe and keeping our company going. You get to see customer service. You know, it really puts a different perspective on it, to where when you sit on hold waiting for customers, maybe you sit on hold with customer service for 5 minutes and you're like, ah, But when you go there on the Silver Star trip and you get to see how hard these people are working and how excited they are when they help you guys with any kind of issue or anything you have, seeing these people in their environment changes everything. And on top of that, you guys, the momentum built while working to achieve this is the gift that keeps on giving, okay? You get home from this trip and you're on a high, your team's on a high. It legitimizes everything because it's really a team effort to win this. So you get home, y'all are all excited, and the momentum that you've built by getting there and by going on this trip and posting pictures cannot be purchased, for $1 million. So those are my favorite things about this trip. Megan?
Well, y'all have not left me with much, but so I'll just say something else that y'all missed. So when you're there, they treat you like celebrities. I mean, y'all remember how they're like videoing you and they put together this video at the end and they're like handing you $100 bills and you're like, what is happening? Like, do people want my autograph? Apparently I'm special, and you get to see the wall of all the pictures of the emeralds and you're like, and the jewels, and you're like, wow, I for real want my picture on that wall. That seems like such an achievement. And then, the gifts, of course, who doesn't love that? But it's just, they really, really pour into you. It just feels so special. They give you this beautiful award. It's a very unique trip because it is very big picture. So you get to see everything, but it is very small picture in that you individually matter to them so much, and that is very evident on this trip. And it's just, it's really, really incredible. It is a really, really special thing. I am all for experiences. That's what drives me. And so this is an incredible experience to have in your career as a Jewel here. So go for it. You can do it, and you can bank this awesome experience in your little memory bank, and you will not regret it one bit. It is incredible. So Jenny, Megan, what y'all got?
Okay, so I'm kind of the same. You guys have said like everything that was super important to me, but one of the other things was Marianne Luciano. Is that how you say your last name? Am I saying it right? It was her first trip to go on a Silver Star trip or to be at the trip lunch. So she sat down with us, and she is the head of ambassador education, right, guys? Am I saying that right? And she was asking us questions. She was asking us, Alec Clark was asking us questions, how they could better things, what the field looks like. And for me, that was eye-opening because we weren't just some little person who won a trip to them. We mattered to them. So kind of going off of what Morgan said, for me, it was very eye-opening because I saw, that we matter. And these people think of us as, as people and as friends and as family. So that was huge. And I loved being spoiled. I'm a hairstylist, so I loved that spa. We got massages, the most beautiful spa I've ever been in ever. And just, they spoiled the crap out of us. So that for me was like, whoa, okay, I need everybody to win this trip and everybody to come to this place because it's amazing. So that would be my feedback. And again, like Morgan said, you guys can do this 100%. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. So that would be mine. Jenny?
Okay, so they've already touched on several things, but I want to go a little bit further into this. As a red-green personality, getting to go there and walk through corporate, walk through the warehouse, see why things work the way that they work, and then getting to sit down with these executives, with Alec Clark, with Marianne, with Lana Upshur, who's over recognition, and just having them, like Megan said, ask us the questions, but also having the opportunity to ask them really hard questions. I remember I asked Alec why, you hear of network marketing companies all the time and that fail. Why is Plexus different? And I had a chance to ask him that question. Why is our company so much stronger than every other company? And of course he gave me a great answer, but it was nice to have that one-on-one time that you could really ask the hard stuff. and get a straight answer. And also, after leaving there, they make such a big deal out of you at the Silver Star trip. And even I went to Jules training at corporate 2 weeks before I went on the Silver Star trip. And whenever they found out that I was coming back out there for the Silver Star trip, even all the people at corporate were like, oh my gosh, this girl's coming for the Silver Star trip. And they made a big deal out of that. So that made me feel good. But then to be able to go to other events like convention and Alec Clark walk up and say, hey, Jenny, how are you doing? And he knows my name. That, you guys, that is kind of an overwhelming feeling for me, that I've had that opportunity to get to go be one-on-one with the people that are making big decisions for us every single day. So that was absolutely my favorite part. Christy?
Oh,
Is she
okay.
gone?
I think she's gone. All right, I'll go ahead and close us out. But you guys, in conclusion, I hope you see what this is, how you win it, and why in the world you want to be there. So with that going forward, draw your line in the sand. It's gonna be a crazy ride to get there, but it is so worth it. Yeah. So we want you to know that you guys can do this. There are so many of you that we have written your names down, and we believe that y'all can do this. We are here to help y'all. So let's finish out this year. Let's go for October, November, and December. Let's have you guys win every single month, because we know that y'all can do this. So let's hit the rest of this year out with a bang, okay? Because I'm telling you, it will change your life. It will change your team's life. It's not like anything else in the world, and we know that you can do it. So we hope that you guys have gotten some encouragement. Now let's go out and have us some Silver Star winners. Y'all have a great night.